the 20th running of the Round of Georgia here at Road Atlanta. One of the toughest road courses in all of America. This track is difficult. The first couple of S-bends all the way down through the back straightaway are very, very tough on cars and drivers. Leaving St. Petersburg, there was one major news item with Tyler Saber getting a 15-point penalty. And with everybody only getting 1 point, you get 1 point if you don't finish the race, or if you finish under 25th. I misspoke in the last video. That puts Saber at negative 14 points going into Road Atlanta. So he's got a lot of work to do to at least get back into the, into the positive there, into the black, not the red. It's a pretty good weekend all weekend for once. We didn't have any rain here at Road Atlanta. Typically we do, and it should be a very intense race going forward. I think we're all looking forward to this race, the 20th running of the race. The 51 laps and the most hellish 130 miles will begin here shortly. Ryan Griffin leads the field of 41 cars to the green. As the green light goes on, away they go. Eddie Shimpadkar was the 42nd car enter, but he had a nasty practice or qualifying wreck here. And Cartwheel's car, oh, Myatt and Baskinger slid off there. That was a close call. Around the outside of the corner they go. Oh, looks like Vander Pesch and I think Charles Sanford went off as well. That might not be good. They somehow made that work. Can't believe that as the field rockets down the hill through the valley. And looks like, a little bit of contact there with Ryan Matthews and Noah Hart's around. That won't be a popular wreck there. Noah Hart, the Georgia native, got turned by Ryan Matthews, a relative newcomer to the series, but Hart will continue on and something happened with Tyler Saber. Saber did slide off the road somewhere. Maybe that was Saber instead of Sanford. Take a look at that at the end of the first lap. Ryan Griffin is leading the race. Tristan Wilhoit and Jake Baskinger are closing in right behind him, though this is going to be a very interesting battle now as this race continues on, or as this race starts off, because the front of the field tends to get more spread out than this, but it didn't, obviously, this time. It was not Tyler Saber that slid off the track here, but Zachary Fitzwater would turn Saber here, and around he would go. Actually, Dodd would hit him there, and that would send Saber very, very gently into the wall, but it did cause some rear end damage when Dodd hit him. Trek Tauger would turn Alex Allen here around into the outside wall. He would just clip it, and, well, that's Alex Allen's rear end gone there. At the end of the third lap, it's pretty much the same order now. Up at the front of the field, it's Griffin, Baskinger, Wilhoit, and Myatt in that order as they round through the chicanes and the S-bends. Here, they're all within a blanket's throw of each other as they rocket down the hill. And actually, now you've got Saarinen and Siren a little further back. They rocket themselves back up the hill. It's all very close right now. Up front, looks like Myatt's trying to get Wilhoit here. And yes, Myatt's going to get third. Big wreck on lap 2 here between Charles Sanford. Sanford doesn't give a whole lot of room there to, I believe that is Gabe Messina. And there's where Chris Washer would slide in there. And this could have been a lot worse, believe it or not. Luckily for their sake, it wasn't. A little further up the track. Oh, that could be a bad one. Ooh, that's a big wreck there with Ray Hall and Jack Water. Luckily, both drivers, I think, would actually drive it away here. Yes, they did. And, yeah, that could have been a lot worse if they had just gotten that angle a bit differently. That could have been a lot worse. Jake Baskinger is setting up Ryan Griffin now for the lead as he dives to the inside now of Ryan Griffin. And you can see now Myatt's going to try and take second away from Griffin as well here. And this is where things are going to get pretty interesting as the field is relatively packed up here. We don't normally see this at Road Atlanta like this for the front of the field where the top 4 cars are relatively close together by lap 4. Oh, Saarinen and Siren getting at it a bit further back. Saarinen got by Siren back there. Now you're seeing Myatt, who we know has a quick car down the straightaways, now trying to shoot down the Silver Speed car from second position and not let Baskinger get too far up the track. Problems for Chris Dodd here, and that is, I believe, that's actually Ben Atkins. Atkins had an accident somewhere else on the track. This is pretty far down the order in 33rd and 32nd, and, well, Atkins would get on the curb and lose the rear end of it and put Dodd and Atkins both around and out of the race. Both would fall. Problems for Noah Hart here now, as this is where Atkins would get his other bit of damage here, as Hart would slide wide and Atkins just had not a whole lot to go there. That was, of course, before the second wreck, obviously, because Atkins didn't have damage there, and he still doesn't have damage, so I don't know how he got that. Oh, no, he's got some on the other side. Never mind. So Jake Baskinger in the Bass Pro Shops 14 Jaguar has opened up a pretty big lead here over Ryan Griffin and Kenny Myatt in second and third. I think Myatt's actually faster than Griffin. Griffin's been a bit of an anchor right now at the start of this race. Saarinen in fourth, Siren in fifth. Hercules is actually closing in on this pack in sixth. Aaron Perkins in seventh, Matthews in eighth. Ninth is John Arndt, the Texan, and 10th is Jessica Shelton. Shelton always seems to run well here at Red Atlanta. She always seems to do well at these tracks where there's a lot of high attrition, and she tends to thrive in those kinds of a race. That and super speedways. There was an incident here between, that would be James Shelley and Fitzwater, and, well, both of them would go out of the race. That one's on Fitzwater. That was kind of a boneheaded move there by Fitzwater, and actually that would be Fontana sliding in there as well. I don't want to do that too many times. This is an interesting one that I can't fathom. Ben Atkins is still out there with a car on fire. He's coming to pit, and then they try and fix it, and then he goes back out and blows up again. Every time. He's dropping oil all over the place. I'm not sure why ARCSOA's not black flagging the 20 car, but okay. He's going to try and do this the whole race. I don't think the officials will like that too much. A little further up the track now, we've got, Atkins slows down the 12 and the 44. But it was a close battle here. But Myatt's been really chomping at the bits to get Ryan Griffin here, and that's not going to happen too easily here, as the track is pretty slick right now because of the 20 dumping oil everywhere. A little further back, there's a big pack here, all the way down to pretty much 9th. There's a pack here, all fighting for position. Meanwhile, Jake Baskinger's loving this up in the lead. He's got a pretty big lead over Ryan Griffin and Kenny Myatt. Andrew Cross and DJ Curtis would be the next cars to meet the chicane down here, and that would actually take out Collins as well, if you could see there. Curtis would keep going. Collins and Cross would have issues, and now that would actually hold up Henry Samper as well, who's trying to get to pit road here, and, well, he's not happy with Collins, who's being slow on the pit road entrance. Now the train seems to be forming behind Ryan Griffin again, as Mike can't seem to get by him, and Saarinen is kind of closing in because of it. Saarinen, I believe, just set the fastest lap of the race, faster than Baskinger, wherever Baskinger may be. Yeah, Saarinen is faster than Baskinger, but the problem is can Saarinen get by his teammate and the 82, who's been a pretty good job blocking and keeping all these cars behind him. Now's when the 9's going to have to make a move here, because Baskinger's a long way up the road. You know how well the 9 tends to do here at Road Atlanta. And, well, the 82 now is being held up by even a lap car Fitzwater. And, well, they got by him all right, but now, actually, it seems like the pack is all getting by him pretty good. Doing a nice job getting by him, but now you've got the 9 is all over the back of the 14, and he wants to get by him. This is a close battle for second position, and with Baskinger a long way up the road, this is going to be important to get by him here. Remember, the winner of this race tends to be one of those ones that are immortalized in history, because Road Atlanta is one of the toughest races on the calendar. And drivers who win at Road Atlanta have a lot of respect, as there's Perkins making a move there on Hercules. They're being held up by Fitzwater, and, well, Fitzwater, I think, needs to play a little bit more respect here. That's been one of the big issues with Fitzwater, is not a lot of people have a whole lot of respect for him, as Siren runs Saarinen off the road. Siren's running the fastest lap times of the race now. But back on Fitzwater, not a lot of drivers have a whole lot of respect for him because of his arrogance. He's been pretty arrogant in the past, Fitzy has been. And now as they're running down the hill, it's a big, big pack there with Arndt. I'm seeing Matthews, Pericles, and Perkins there. A lot of P's in that one. Is now there. Oh, Pericles goes off the road. He tried to get by Fitzwater, and well, he didn't realize Aaron Perkins was there. Yeah, here they come off the corner. I think he thought he saw a run. No, I think, yeah, he tried to get by the 94 there, but didn't realize Perkins was there. It's a tough break for Nick Pericles. Jay Stella and the 80 car, they're having a good battle up the field. These two cars tend to be some of the better cars in the race, but there's where Eichholz is going to try and pass him there. This is for 18th. This is points-paying position. Oh, Stella would turn him, and that's going to put Eichholz in the wall and upside down. We're going to get another view of it right here. Eichholz gets later on the brakes here. That's a good move, but he doesn't give Stella a whole lot of room there, and, well, whoa, that's a pretty strange flip there for Jacob Eichholz. Both cars, I believe, would fall out of the race. Yay for more roadblock action here. Up further up the field, Ryan Griffin's still having troubles getting speed up, and Myatt's having troubles getting by him. Now Griffin's being held up by Charles Sanford, in the Shell Mercedes. And, well, looks like here comes Griffin is all over the back of him. Oh, looks like Myatt tried to make a move there. Oh, this is going to be a really hard place to lap somebody through the S's. And, well, Griffin's going to get it done. Myatt should get it done. Yeah, but that's actually going to put the brakes on the run that Siren and Saarinen would have had there, as they have both gotten by him. And who's loving this, hearing this on the radio, is Jake Baskinger, because he's had a lot of trouble getting by Jackwater here. And actually, a lot of cars behind him have been a lot faster than him right now. And Jackwater's been kind of a menace for Baskinger to get by. Tomas Saarinen will be coming into the pits and actually hit the back of the 37 car. That's kind of a stupid move there. 37 was safely in his pit box, and Saarinen cut in a bit there. And that was quite silly, actually. Jake Baskinger still having trouble getting by Tanya Jackwater here, and this is actually really putting a hamper on him here, as now Ryan Griffin and Kenny Myatt are really catching him here, as Baskinger is struggling very, very hard, or struggling mightily with Jackwater here. Oh, Baskinger tried another move there, but he just can't seem to get by the 95 car, as Griffin, Myatt, and Siren are going to try and pit here to better their strategy there on Baskinger. I misspoke here. Ryan Griffin also pitted here, and this actually is going to be closer than we thought, because Myatt gained a ton of time here on Griffin. Further up the track, I believe there was one car that stayed out. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. Baskinger's in the lead. Never mind. I thought Griffin was for a second. But yes, Baskinger now is still trying to get by the 95 car. And we're going to see if Baskinger is going to bring it down pit road here. It is kind of a tight entrance there with that last pit box kind of hanging out. So Baskinger's got to be very careful getting by Stella, because they are working on that car. And no, he hits him. He hits Stella. So he did the same thing Saarinen did. And that's going to hurt the right side of that car. This is Baskinger's home race, and he's come close to winning it before. He has never won it before, but this could be this is always Baskinger's downfall. And that's going to actually sacrifice a big lead here. Here comes Baskinger out of the pits here. Will Hoyt actually gained a couple of spots by pitting a lap early. And now there is a big gain there by a couple of these cars. Ryan Griffin has gained quite a lot on Baskinger. We're going to see if that right side damage is going to hurt him at all. Here, they didn't seem to fix it, and they don't seem to care about it. So this should be interesting here, as Ryan Griffin and Tristan Wilhoit now is a factor in this race. And now Ryan Griffin has a nice set of tires on, and he is definitely catching Baskinger in the 14 car. Definitely catching the 14 car, and this could be important now, because it's the battle for the lead now here on lap 18 of 51. Going to be quite wild to see what Griffin's going to do with Baskinger here. Problems here on lap 14 here for Vincent Allen. Allen, last week's winner, would get turned by the 22 of Messina and fall out of the race from that hit. And Trek Tauger would run into the back of Thaber on pit road. Thaber slid wide there, and Tauger would fall out of the race because of it. So Tauger with a rather dumb move there. Hey, Jake Baskinger's met his best friend, Tanya Jackwater. This will be great. Baskinger's got a damaged car and is being held up by Jackwater. But now we're going to see what Griffin can do here. A little further back, we've got Siren got by Myatt, and Will Hoyt now is fighting there. Here comes Baskinger, finally going to get the move done maybe on Jackwater here, unless if Jackwater puts a fight back. Looks like Griffin's going to take the other one in this battle, going to follow Jackwater here, trying to get the lead away, using Jackwater as a pick possibly. And, well, that's going to put, Baskinger and Jackwater, they're fighting hard. And Jackwater's actually going to try and run Griffin a bit wide there. But Griffin makes the move stick. But look at this close battle here. The top 7 are actually all within about 3 seconds of each other. So this could go anyway. One mistake could get you to lose 7 spots if you're Jake Baskinger. And here comes Myatt now, maybe going to make a move here on Siren. Looks like Alex Allen with a big problem there. Yeah, Alex Allen had a lot of damage early on in this race, and he would, well, grenade the 73 car. Bad around here for No Pia Finland. You wish he would have had a better run, to be honest with you. Sean Angel would grenade the 55 car and bring it to a stop on track here, and this would actually not be good for Shelton. That is a blind uphill corner, and Shelton couldn't see Angel, and both would actually, Shelton would fall out of the race, I think, because of it. Ryan Griffin is all over the back of the 14 car now. Griffin is quicker, but Baskinger has been a little bit of a pain to pass. And now it's going to be all Griffin's determination to see if he can get by. Siren and Myatt are also closing in on them because of it. The Achilles heel for Jake Baskinger has been these lap cars of like Chris Washer here. And, well, this is going to be an Achilles heel. As you look at Washer, is really making it difficult for Baskinger. Interesting that Ryan Griffin's trying to go with Baskinger here. That would be the right move, but I thought he'd maybe try and push Washer along to maybe make Baskinger's life harder. And that actually will hurt him. His indecision will hurt him because now he's stuck behind Washer going up through one of the most technical portions of the course. Griffin would continue to struggle with lap traffic, and now he's actually getting challenged by Siren and Myatt for second now as they run up the hill. This has been a interesting thing is Myatt's now trying to get Siren here. There is some nice individual fighting here to see who can get as many spots as they can. Myatt's sliding around, but he makes it stick. Looks like somebody went off the road here a little bit there. And now Myatt's going to slot in behind Siren once again. No position change out of all that. Arndt's now in 5th. Great run by the rookie here at Road Atlanta. Cooper Siren's trying to make a move on the outside of a corner there, and that's not going to work, and that's going to give Myatt 3rd away from Siren, so kind of just proves how crazy kind of this can be, as Griffin is still struggling with the lap car of the 74 as they run up the hill again. And, well, this is where things are going to get pretty interesting as this race goes on, because lap traffic has been much more of an issue than I originally thought it would be, as now Aaron Perkins, of course, had a tire go down, so she's down in 15th, a lap down, and Jake Baskinger on a damaged car is still running in the lead, so he's done well using lap cars as a pick and doing a great job blocking for his car being slower, as compensation for his car being slower. Saarinen from 7th would once again be the next car to hit. Ooh, Siren with a lot of damage. What happened to Siren there? Siren, who fell to 4th, would actually get pretty much run over there by John Arndt. And around Siren went there with the Michelin Holden cars as, Siren would fall out of the race because of it. Or I don't know about fall out of the race, but it would have some heavy rear end damage because of that. So now will Jake Baskinger pit, as it seems like we're getting close to pit stop cycles, as Baskinger will not. Griffin is. Myatt's staying out. Maybe going to try and sneak second out of this. And Griffin gets into the pits. That is a very dangerous pit box. I think they will need to address that next year. That pit box needs to be pushed up a bit. I think that pretty much all of them should be pushed up a bit, actually, if they're going to do that one. Yeah, that 37 car, I don't like where that one stopped, to be honest with you, but Griffin makes it on pit road safely. John Arndt got second place away from Myatt by going 3 wide with Tyler Faber, the lap car, and him. Now there goes Vander Pesch by. Vander Pesch is actually doing a great job here, and now Kuznetsov is. Myatt's in fuel save mode because he doesn't think he has enough fuel to make this lap. So, because Myatt was caught on the outside of Faber, he couldn't pit this time. So now we got drivers like Kuznetsov and Vander Pesch in this race battle here. And Baskinger is staying out another lap. And Kuznetsov would slide a bit there and would come right in front of Myatt there, and that's going to take them, or Kuznetsov, out of the race, and I think it's going to desperately hurt the King of Road Atlanta, Kenny Myatt's chances as well. Myatt with his 5 Road Atlanta wins. I don't think he'll be getting race 6 today here at Road Atlanta because that is a heavily damaged 9 car, and Kuzi would fall out of the race because of it. So, the Next teammate of Jake Baskinger, John Arndt, in second. He would pit, Baskinger would stay out again, but Arndt would get around that 37 car there, so now Arndt is going to be a factor in this race. The Texan rookie, and I don't believe he's got rear end damage. I think that's just a camera glitch there. And no, he doesn't. So John Arndt's in second position right now. Now CVDP is in second position now, as he is, he cycled up second. He might have actually been in second over Arndt, I'm not sure, but Baskinger in the 14 car is doing a nice job with that damaged car. I still think it's very interesting to see what Baskinger is going to do here. Tomas Saarinen would not have a whole lot of time here for Chris Washer here, as he would just pretty much punt him off the road as well. Actually, I think that might have been Washer slid wide there and was trying to avoid Kuznetsov, and Saarinen was on his bumper, and that kind of just automatically put the 76 into the wall. Jake Baskinger would make it to pit road now, as would Vander Pesch, but where's the 86 car? Or 82 rather, not the 86. Here comes the 82 down the hill. We're going to see if the 82 who got in front of Arndt will get the lead here. It's going to be close, I think, actually, as, maybe it isn't as close as I thought it'd be. Actually, the 14's still on pit road, so there is a problem with the 14 car, and that's going to put the 14 way behind the 8 ball now. So bad luck strikes again for the 14 car here at Road Atlanta. As his home race, he is still struggling with a lot of... Oh, they got the damage fix, I think, on the one side of it. That's what they were doing, and it took an extra bit of time here. They got it a lot better, actually, on that left side. So now you've got Baskinger. Actually, it might have been the right side that he had all that damage on. Yes, it was. And so now Baskinger is going to... He's got a car that's aerodynamically well, but he's a bit behind the 8 ball. This is a bit of a gamble here by Kathnex. Through all this pit stop strategy, this is going to put Tristan Wilhoit in the lead. The Alaskan with second position is actually Ryan Griffin. Now, and that's a big lead over Griffin. Wilhoit got a blisteringly fast pit stop. As here comes the 80, or the 2 out of the pits in front of the 82, and I don't think Griffin's going to be too happy with Sanford. That was a bit of an unsafe merge there by Sanford. And now that's going to put Arndt in third position right on the back bumper of the 82. Vander Pesch is in fourth. Saarinen's in fifth. Brock with a quiet run in sixth, another Georgia native. Rahal in seventh. And Baskinger's down to eighth. But can Baskinger set off some pretty quick lap times to get maybe a threat into this race? He's going to need a lot of help, though. Cooper Siren would grenade the 44 car, and that would mean the end of his race. He was in the top 10 in the damage 44. Kind of a high attrition race like normal here.
and Siren would fall out. Tough break for Siren.
Ryan Griffin would be actually get really aggressive, or Arndt would get aggressive with Ryan Griffin and put Griffin around into the wall there. So that's going to put Arndt in second position. I think that was actually Ryan Griffin getting a little bit loose there on the curbing there. However, Arndt would have his own issues now, as he would come down the hill here. Here comes Will Hoyt out. Arndt would then dive out, trying to get by Sanford. And this would actually hurt Arndt more because he wouldn't give Sanford a whole lot of room, and Sanford would run him off the track. You know, Sanford's been a little bit of a backmarker issue as well here, and, well, I don't think Arndt will be too happy about that. Meanwhile, the 14 of Baskinger being held up in traffic is still a second faster than the rest of the field. So if Baskinger can get some clean air, he could be a threat in this race, but he would have to get by cars very quickly and very aggressively. He's going to have to play this with aggression if he wants any chance at this. And he's going to need some luck, I think, as well, because he is a long way back there since they repair that damage. And like I said, Baskinger's going to have to play this smart but aggressively. This is where if Baskinger wants to get a win on his home track, he's been the dominant car of the day, but now he's behind the 8 balls. Now Thaber, a lap car, is going to try and unlap himself because Thaber is battling with the 94. I wouldn't exactly say that Baskinger's the fastest car, because Brock is setting off some pretty quick times as well. He's been historically quick around this track, and Brock is another Georgia native, and he's now closing in on Griffin for third position. Will Hoyt's a bit up the road, and Vander Pesch is starting to pull away, so they went from a Capenex 1-2 to a Porsche 1-2 here. But here comes Will Hoyt down pit road now. Will Hoyt's on a bit of a different strategy here, as Vander Pesch is going to stay out a few more laps. Will Hoyt is on a bit of a strategy here. The question is, can Vander Pesch and the rest of the field make it the rest of the way here on fuel? I don't think they can, actually. Now Baskinger's on pit lane, and he's got more problems with that car. Jake Baskinger does. That's a tough break for him. He is going to get going again, but apparently they didn't fill it up all the way, so even while fixing the damage, they didn't get it filled all the way, so Baskinger is going to go down even more spots. Christian Vander Pesch now in the 4 car has opened up a pretty big lead despite having some front-end damage. Vander Pesch now is looking to maybe get a bit of a lead here, actually. Oh, he just grenaded it! He just grenaded the car, and that's Vander Pesch done. So now that's going to put the lead to Ryan Griffin and Brock now. Arndt is up into third with Vander Pesch grenading the 4 car. But the whole thing now is, are they going to have to pit, and where Will Hoyt would, I think, get them on pit strategy then, if that's the case, but the 4 is done. Here comes Griffin by him. Griffin and Brock get by him cleanly. Arndt is a little further behind, and now this is going to be a pretty competitive race for the win now, or at least for now, if they can save enough gas to make it the distance. Another car on an alternate strategy, I believe, is Tuomas Saarinen. He was in 5th, and now he's down to 7th, but I believe he's trying some different pit strategies here. I don't think the strategy's going to work, though. So if the other drivers need to pit here, which I think they might need to pit here, Will Hoyt would retake the lead here by a good margin, actually, over race leader right now, the 82 car. And the 82's on pit road. So you need to get off the pit road practically now if he has any chance. And no, not a chance. Will Hoyt's got him right there. Will Hoyt's got him. So as we go up a little further up the grid, that puts Brock in the lead. And Brock's really got to pick up the pace if he's going to have any chance at a win here. Such a shame for Jake Baskinger. He's now going a lap down. That car is not sounding like it's running on all cylinders anymore. And, well, actually this is going to hold up Will Hoyt quite a bit here. Will Hoyt finally makes the move entering 1. But, yeah, Baskinger from Dominic Carr still cannot pull off that Road Atlanta win. He's very good around here, just is never had the chance to pick up a Road Atlanta win. I'm wondering if these guys are going to try and do a splash and dash. Brock and Arndt might, because they're battling for the lead. But Wilhoit should be miles in front of them if they pit for tires. So Brock and Arndt, they're either going to have to save gas to make it, and Brock isn't. Arndt's going to maybe try, but Brock's got to try something here. Or else Wilhoit's just going to blow him away. I even think if he did a splash and gas, Wilhoit would get him. Here comes Tristan Wilhoit, and Brock just probably made it to his pit box now, and well, yeah, even if he would have done a splash and dash, which I think he did actually, I don't know. Brock might get him here. Oh, here we go. Wilhoit is going to get the position, but Brock is now a threat in this race. But the splash and dash, that's going to put him on old tires, so he's got to catch Wilhoit, who's on newer tires than him, and behind him. I don't think that's going to happen, personally. So now all eyes are turning to John Arndt. Maybe less fuel would get him into the lead here. He would require less fuel because he stayed out an extra lap. Here he comes down pit road. So can the rookie pull off a miracle win here at Road Atlanta in the Cathnex Engineering car? So here comes Tristan Wilhoit now. Arndt was a bit behind him here. Where is the 15 car, by the way? Did he fall out? There he goes. He got his splash and dash, but not even close, really. Not even close. Actually, he took tires from what we're hearing. Arndt did. So now Arndt could be a threat. He could be a threat if he took tires, but it's going to be a fight. And Tristan Wilhoit, predictably on old tires, is pulling away from poor William Brock there. This is kind of sad, because I was hoping we'd get a good battle at the end here, but it doesn't. Now, Wilhoit could be a fuel question here, though. Can Wilhoit make it on gas? Is the question now. Wilhoit pitted pretty late, or pretty early, actually. And now, we're going to see if Wilhoit can handle himself, because Brock isn't all that far behind him and isn't all that much slower than him. Tuomas Saarinen having another fuel stop. He actually pitted with Wilhoit. Obviously, they don't think he's going to make it. But yes, Saarinen now coming out of the pits is going to actually, I think, get lapped here by Wilhoit. And Wilhoit now has only a little bit of a lead here over Brock, especially if Brock is closing in actually on older tires. So this could be big here if maybe Wilhoit gets held up a bit here, and it looks like he is making mistakes. That was one of the big concerns about Wilhoit back when he was a full-time driver before. He, of course, made a comeback to full-time, was his consistency under pressure, and now Wilhoit's got a chance to win a race here and win probably the biggest race of his life, because out of all the road courses we go to, this one most likely the most famous, because it is very difficult to race on here. And now he is going to get held up here. This race is back on again here. That is a very, very slow Fitzwater car holding them all up. And now Brock might be a question there. You can see Brock back there. Brock is seeing his chance at winning at his home race. Going way up here. There's not long left in this race now. And Wilhoit struggling. Struggling with lap traffic here, because he can't really do much because Saarinen's in front of him, and Fitzwater's really slow right now. So now they've dealt with Zachary Fitzwater here, and now Brock's just got to get by him quickly and cleanly. If he can get by him quickly and cleanly, this could be a big thing for Wilhoit to try and avoid. Wilhoit had a very slow lap, and he is almost throwing it away here. Brock's got to get going, though, and Fitzwater's being an absolute idiot now, trying to throw blocks on lead lap cars. So I don't know what Fitzy's doing. Like I said, not a lot of he's not one of the most popular drivers in the paddock with his comrades out there. But Fitzwater is definitely not making friends today. Oh, I'm not sure why Brock's not going around him, but I'm not sure why Fitzwater's not getting out of the way. I mean, this is ridiculous. And now it looks like Brock can't make a move on him, because Fitzwater's racing him like it's a lead lap car. Now Brock finally gets by him. Finally, Fitzwater realized, and we're getting a steward's inquiry into that. However, Will Hoyt is stuck behind a gaggle of cars right now. Gabe Messina, I'm seeing, of Perkins, but now he seems like he's getting through them a bit cleaner than he did with Fitzwater, at least. And this is actually helping out Will Hoyt's fuel econ run here. And Baskinger had issues with Messina here, and that's going to put Baskinger out of the race. And Baskinger's done. Messina will continue on. Charles Sanford from 17th position. The moment he would get back on the throttle, grenade the motor. So there goes Sanford out of the race as well. Brock now on old tires is about 2 seconds faster than Will Hoyt. But he does have to get by Perkins. And, well, Will Hoyt has to get by DJ Curtis. And that should be pretty easy for Will Hoyt here. Except Curtis is fighting him a bit. Curtis is fighting him a lot, actually, here. Will Hoyt's going to need to back out of this one. I don't see how he's going to get it on the outside of a corner. Yeah, he held in there. And now he's going to get the spot. Well, I'll give Curtis credit. He held his line. And, which is better than I can say about Fitzwater, who is taking up the racing line. And, when he could have easily got out of the way. In a corner, yes, I can see you holding the line, but on a straightaway, get out of the way. Only 2 to go now, and Will Hoyt's got clear track in front of him up till Saarinen. And now Brock's got 2 lap cars to get by, so it's going to take a lot here. Now remember, Will Hoyt still is a fuel concern, but I think all that lap traffic actually helped Will Hoyt there. So Tristan Will Hoyt's on his final lap now. Brock got by Perkins, but yeah, that's a big gap to gain. If Will Hoyt just needs a clean lap here, and he should be good. I'm not seeing any calamities around him. If Will Hoyt can just get through this lap, I think he's won this race, as he's now setting some pretty quick laps again. Brock, not a whole lot he can do. Arndt's third pretty comfortably. Saarinen would be the only concern, and I don't even think Will Hoyt's going to catch Saarinen. He can cruise it now. He's on the back straightaway for the final time. Tristan Will Hoyt is. The Alaskan has done an amazing job today, getting himself into position to win a race. It's been kind of a wild one. Will Hoyt was nowhere at the start of the race, but now he's going to come home through the chicane for the final time. Not a whole lot Brock could do there on old tires, but you got to give Brock credit on old tires for keeping it second position, keeping it running. And oh, contact! Brock on the last lap. Will Hoyt wins. Brock on the last lap wrecked, and Arndt's going to come home second position now. Arndt's going to come home second. Brock third because of that with DJ Curtis. Will Hoyt won the race, but Brock just wrecked the 7 car. We'll take a look at that again. I think Brock was just frustrated that he couldn't get up to the lead here. And, well, actually, DJ Curtis didn't give him a whole lot of room there. He thought he was clear and, well, ran Brock off the road and took him out of second position. I think Curtis will get an inquiry from that as well. Fitzwater and Curtis will get an inquiry for that. And if it's any, well, I don't think it'll be as harsh as Faber's, but I think you're going to see maybe a penalty there to both of them. But this weekend's all about Tristan Will Hoyt. He won the race. Good job to Will Hoyt. And this almost is an interesting thing here, is Henry Sanford would grenade on the final lap of the race. We're not done with this race just yet, as Sanford would grenade from 9th, and Sanford would fall out of the race with about 3/4 of a lap to go. So, after finishing this race, Tristan Will Hoyt would win the race, followed by John Arndt in second position, William Brock in third, Ryan Griffin in fourth, Ryan Matthews in fifth, good job by Matthews, sixth to Ray Hall, seventh to Myatt, 8th to Roush, 9th to Saarinen, the last car on the lead lap. Henry Sanford would finish 10th, first car one lap down after he grenaded the motor. 11th to Aaron Perkins, 12th to DJ Curtis, 13th to Tony Jackwater, 14th to Aiden Shepard, 15th to Gabe Messina, 16th to Fitzwater. I have a feeling he'll be getting a kind of a penalty for kind of his antics today. 17th to Sanford, another car who might be penalized. 18th to Baskinger, who had the fastest car of the day, I believe, I'm not sure. 19th to Vanderpesch, 20th to Thaber, 21st to Siren, 22nd to Kuznetsov, 23rd to Washer, 24th to Shelton, and 25th to Alex Allen. The last car to not score just 1 point. Everybody else will only score 1 point unless if they, with the exception of Eddie Shimpadkar, who scores nothing because he didn't start the race.